Hi everyone. I am just setting up to make sure that everything looks okay. Just give me a little bit here. I'm gonna just wait for people to hop on. Happy Sunday. This is twinflameunion, also known as Veer Kumar. That is bringing you guys a live. Last month I was on vacation for a week, so that pushed me back where I couldn't actually do a live for you guys. So I decided to do this first thing in the month just so that you guys actually get a live. Uh, I am I have my laptop here as well because it's really hard to see chats. So I am just checking to make sure that you guys can hear me. If you can let me know in the comments. It's always nice to know if where people are actually tuning from as well. Okay. Um, Curious Cat is here. Hi. Okay, so you guys I can now see chats as well, which is very important to me that you guys could do that. So, and I have my notes here. So, and as I have topics, I will add to the topic. And today's topic that we've got is, I mentioned it in the community box, that was, should we discuss about our twin flame with others? So, if you guys have been dealing with the twin flame, which is why you're here, you know that, wow, sweet old soul, hello from Canada. Which part? As you know, I'm from Vancouver side. Surrey. You know where Surrey is. Others wouldn't know. That's nice to see a Canadian here. Yeah, so in a nutshell, we're gonna go into some questions if you guys have, and just to let you know, for those that are asking questions, or Edmonton, very nice. Yes, it's nice to see somebody from Edmonton. What's my favorite Premier League? Just say a random club if you don't have one. Premier League. I'm not a sports person. Sorry. So I don't. If anything, I would say soccer is probably, or football is probably what I would have as a sport to watch if I need to. Sorry, guys. I'm very boring that way. uh, Shop is dish. I'm not sure what that means. So, anyways, yeah, we're gonna jump into some of the questions that some of you have, and I just wanted to mention that whatever questions come up here in live chats will not show up when it's actually posted. So your question would be anonymous, and I'll try not to mention names so that you guys kind of, have a little bit of privacy on that. So you can go ahead and chat away. So without further ado, we're going to dive into the topic. I see that a few of you have already hopped on, and hello from Canada, United Kingdom, UK. Somebody's from here, from UK. So this is really good because I know that different people are tuning in from different time zones. So this is kind of nice to see the people that are here. You guys are dedicated. I appreciate it. I appreciate you all. And yes, so let's get into the topic, which is, should we discuss about our twin flames? I have been dealing, for those that don't know anything about me, I've been dealing with my twin flame for almost 7 years. I started doing the mission work regarding teaching twin flames and all those kind of things about 6.5 years ago, give and take. So I've been in this journey for a very, very long time, and I've seen different phases when it comes to my journey, my twin flame, and just what others have experienced as well. So it's something that I'm here to stay. I haven't decided to hop out of the journey, unlike other teachers and healers and whatever have you, that kind of started along the time when I actually had my journey awakening. So somebody's actually already asked me a question, so I'm gonna answer. Can My question is, can we get signs before meeting the person in 3D? Of course, 100%. In fact, that is my story. I started getting my awakening actually in 2017, so about 6 months prior. And the reason why I know that this is actually a thing is because I've already talked to others about it. And I found that I was getting my awakening, and there was another person in my life at that time that I thought was my twin flame, but it was actually not. He was my catalyst twin flame. And I thought that that was the energy that I was experiencing because my twin flame started coming into my 5D reality, like just through the awakening process. I started sensing him, energetically. So that was the thing that I started noticing off the bat. And what ended up happening is, for about 6 months I perceived that person to be my twin flame, and when I actually met the real twin flame, I really recognized his energy maybe about a month later after we met. And I kind of pieced it all together because I figured out who he was and what was his energy and that sort of thing. So it is very real. You will actually start experiencing it. It's very common. I've actually talked to lots of twin flames regarding that. So stuff like that actually does happen, and you're not alone in this journey if that has ever happened to you. Every scenario is going to be different. I actually placed a I've placed an article. I published it yesterday regarding everything about twin flames, and then as I was channeling, there were more information that was coming through. So I probably will do part 2 of that article because there's just so much to learn. And I did that one as a recap just so that people they because I've almost written almost 100 blogs there, so sometimes people don't see my earlier blogs. So I decided to just do fast forward 6.5 years ago, later, to do another blog on it, right? Yeah, there's just, you just never know how spirit works. So I will actually do a second part to that article. We've got Middlesbrough, England, and oh, thank you. Somebody's a fan here, so appreciate all your support, because if I wasn't dealing with people in the last 6.5 years the way that I have, you guys all inspire me to carry on, because just so many ways that I actually help people and I get feedbacks, and I appreciate you all. I am not one of those that is on YouTube to have lots of 100 followers, and 100,000 followers and stuff like that. I really don't care about any of that sort of thing. It's not my thing. I have my own unique way of doing what I'm doing that comes to me. So I'm doing it the way that makes sense to me. And if my work is amazing, it gets around everywhere, not just in YouTube platform. It goes into Facebook, it goes into Instagram, my website. They get hits all the time, so I'm okay with whatever is happening. Sorry, I'm just trying to read something here. So in my case too, I thought a certain person was my twin flame, but he turned out to be my catalyst. But he helped me start my awakening 100%. You may want to check out, if you haven't checked my article on catalyst twin flame, and even in my YouTube video, you should be able to find in the playlist. I have a very organized playlist, but for those that don't have the time to go through it, you can actually just type in my name, Vinita Kumar, and then catalyst twin flame, and something will pop up. My video should pop up like that, and you should be able to see that video where I talk about that. So yeah, you guys would be able to read my article. You can Google it like that too. It should show up in the search bar. I even have that in my website as well, a search bar where you can actually check out my articles very specifically on whatever you are looking for. Hello, Shade. You are like my regular follower. I always see your name everywhere, so I am happy to see you, that you've joined here. And excuse me. Yeah, I'm not doing any psychic readings because that's a different kind of space. That if people are going to be asking me psychic questions, that doesn't happen that way. You have to actually open a session. I would say use your intuition. If you feel that you are in a, in a, you're gonna have a second marriage or first marriage or whatever, if you have a feeling that your relationship is going to be a good one, then it's going to be a good one. It's all about assumption, because I've seen that now play out time after time in just my own journey. That whatever you assume it to be correct is what it is, because everything is sort of like a mirror effect, right? Everything is a feedback. So you will, if you think that your marriage is going to be bad, then it's going to be bad. If you're going to think that your marriage is going to be successful, then it's going to be successful. If you think that you're gonna have a really good relationship with your twin flame, in the future, then that's what it is. It's just simple as that. So hopefully that kind of answers your question. Go with your intuition, whatever your intuition is saying. So the first part of what I'm going to talk about is others that do not quite understand the twin flame dynamics. Reason being is that if you look around, you don't really see people that are all, in the twin flame journey. Whether they are awakened to the journey or not, it doesn't really matter. If you are a twin flame that is awakened to your twin flame journey, you'll find that it's very, very different. You will know the specific lessons that are coming. There's going to be, of course, your energy with your twin flame, your awakening process, the highs and lows of your twin flame connection, meaning if they are actually whatever behavior they've got, right? Because there's just so many different scenarios within the journey itself. I find that people, first of all, everything is a feedback, everything is a mirror. So what that means is that if you are finding that you are talking to people about your connection, they will never quite understand what that means, because they are not in the journey. They're not awakened. In fact, even a person that is in a twin flame journey will not even understand that as well. I found I had some people that I was close to in the beginning stages of my twin flame awakening, and then as I was stepping into a platform to be a teacher, I found that everybody had their own things that they needed to work on. And a lot of times what you'll find is that whatever things that they are working on, their inner dragons and demons, their self-concept, their perception of the journey is going to be clashing with yours. How many of you actually have noticed that aspect? If you have other people around you that are twin flames, you'll be able to understand what I'm saying, because that's gonna be the thing. I find that this journey is more about the solo work, right? You can have friends that are twin flames that have similar journey, share some experiences, but even they will not quite understand the same things that you are going through, because it's their own fears, their own blocks that will also be there. And in a way, it could also be a feedback, because I am now really, really dissecting this aspect of everything is a feedback. So, meaning that, everything is you pushed out. So if you find that you are just talking about it to your friends and family, this and that, then sometimes, actually all the time in a way, if you pay attention to it, your own fears will kind of reflect back on what they are saying to you. So, for example, this is a little bit deep, so I'm gonna give you guys an example. I think non-twin flame people polluted the concept. You are correct. Yes, you are 100% correct. And that's my article there that I published yesterday in my website, so do take a look at that. I do actually go into that concept a little bit because there's just so many misinformed information, and even people that were out there at that time teaching the twin flame concept, they somehow gave it up, right? I don't know what their reasons was. I'm not even going into that, but it's something that is very, very misunderstood in the community, because it's, again, if you understand it this way, that if everything is mirror, then a lot of people will they will have their own stuff that they are dealing with, their own healing work to deal with, where I've have seen some of the people that talk about narcissism and all that sort of thing, right? And there's one particular YouTuber that talks about it so much, and you can just see that it actually just is pouring out through her energy field, like she's got that concept totally, it's coming from within her, right? Whether she's teaching it or not, it doesn't matter, but I'm just saying that it's something that I notice it off the bat. So yeah, it depends on, people will teach you, people will talk to you based on their own consciousness as well, but it's also sort of like a mirror effect as well, where if you feel that your twin flame is having narcissistic behavior, then you have to look at where it's coming from within you, because everything is a reflection. If your twin flame is behaving a certain way, it's a reflection of you, right? So I will actually dissect this part a lot in the next few months, because I think that this is something that is so interesting, and if you apply it, if you understand it, it actually makes sense. So yes, it is true, and it is very lonely journey in a way. People get triggered when I tell them my story. Yes, it is a lonely journey. And another thing that I'm gonna talk about, I'm just gonna check this off, that I talked about this, because I want to just make sure that I don't miss any topic. While I'm taking questions here, can a twin flame journey be right person, wrong time? Can a twin flame journey be a right person, wrong time? Like a magnetic connection that just won't leave you alone, but yet you are distant from each other and they keep appearing in dreams. Can a twin flame journey be a right person at the wrong time? I don't think that is the case at all. I'm gonna tell you guys why. I'm assuming that you're asking if it's the wrong time for your twin flame to appear in your lifetime, whenever it is, at whatever junction you are at in your journey. No, because it's actually orchestrated by your higher self, and your higher self is the God version of you, and they orchestrated it to perfection. That part is like perfectly aligned. I'm not sure in what context you are thinking here, but if for whatever reason your twin flame has appeared and it's chaotic right now in your lifetime, it's meant to give you a Tao moment to shake things up, because that's what it is going to do. That's not uncommon at all. So the timing is perfect. They know exactly when to give you the awakening. Some twin flames get their awakening in their early 20s. I've had some clients that actually are that young, and there's others that will receive it in their 30s and 40s and 50s. It is all orchestrated by your higher self, and they know you like you don't know yourself. So they are God. And so basically what I'm saying is that they will present it to you at the perfect junction of your life. Your second part that you're asking is like a magnetic connection that just won't leave you alone, but yet you are distant from each other and keep appearing in dreams. They will appear in your dreams no matter what, because that's the connection that you have with them in 5D. They will never leave you alone, because you are them and they are you. So it's not, this is not a connection where you can actually just cut cords. It's going to be there at all times. How often that shows up depends on your own inner work that you're doing. Because if they are showing up in your work, in your mind 24/7, and they're living there rent free or mortgage free for some of you, that just means that uh, there's many aspects of it, and I'm gonna just mention a few here. It could be that they are also thinking of you, because it's not that it's one-sided, right? Your twin flame thinks about you as much as you are thinking about them. Another thing could be that it's the lack mentality, because you know that they're not in your life, so you have that longing, that desire to be with them, and it's showing up to you as an obsession uh, through thoughts. So could be another thing. It could be a feedback in that sense. So you have to kind of go into that aspect and just see how it presents to you, right? But those are the reasons, typical main reasons why they show up in your thoughts all the time. And dream visits is very, very important part in your journey. Some of you don't remember your dream, but they visit you all the time, and a lot of times you may not even understand what the dreams are. Is because their ego is down, their conscious mind is down, as well as their and your conscious mind is down, right? It's your subconscious mind that's at work. So your subconscious mind is, of course, your higher self. So you guys are connected all the time, and because your gatekeeper is asleep, like your conscious mind, right? That's the gatekeeper. So what ends up happening is they will start visiting you in your dreams. Sometimes they give you really, really important messages, right? It's not uncommon to even see people that they are close to. It could be their parents, if you know who they are, or it could be their friends, right? Anybody that's close to them will appear like that too. So different ways that it can show up, but they do come in your dreams all the time, and sometimes you don't even recall it, and that's okay. If you wake up in the morning and you feel that you dreamt of them, then that's what it is, because your inner feeling will tell you that they visited you in your dreams. What else? I always don't remember my dreams, but whatever I have remembered turns out to be important events in my twin's life. I'm almost seeing precognitive dreams. That's true. That is true. If there is any important events in their lifetime, then that will also show up. Uh, I remember all of them, and it's always telling me he loves me and is coming back. We got separated, not by choice. I've been told he longs for me. His mom broke it up, and it always feels so real. I would look into that part. Why you think that that his mom is he or she's mom, your twin flame's mom, is part of that separation process, because uh, chances are there's a story from past life that's playing out here. So I would look at that. I would dig into that and see if there is anything that kind of will explain, because sometimes when you do past life work, stuff like that shows up. People that are involved in this lifetime with your twin flame and you, like as energetically, sometimes it plays out from past lives, and some karma that needs to be balanced, that kind of stuff. So there could be some sort of forgiveness that needs to be applied, from the other lifetime. All that sort of thing could be a factor here. So you wouldn't know till you start looking into your past life regarding that. So yeah, we talked about how others do not understand is because every journey is different, and even every twin flames journey is going to be different. Everything is based on consciousness, and it depends on how much healing and work they've done to understand what's going on. And a lot of times you'll find that it's all kind of your own feedback as well. I used to get some really negative remarks from people around me regarding just the situation that I was in with my twin flame. And once I worked on that aspect and changed some of my self concept, I found that the feedbacks are actually not there anymore. So it just tells me that it could also be a form of feedback that also plays out. I kind of explain that part more on my coaching sessions with clients, because it's just I started doing it there. I haven't actually put that part out there for the public yet. I just want to see some success stories play in this aspect, and if I start getting more success stories, then I can actually do it more publicly. But yeah, it is there for my in my coaching sessions. I actually coach that part. Okay, what else is here? Yeah, I would say there is something's missing that you're not catching. If you feel that she wasn't happy to see you guys together, there's something that is missing there. It's usually something to do with, that you haven't seen. It's again, everything is a mirror, everything is a feedback. That's something that if you look at it through that perspective on every single situation, your life will really, really improve. You will have an understanding and you will learn how to fix it. It's something that I'm starting to see, and I'm really, really getting heavy on that. I studied law of assumption and law of attraction more for the last 5 years, and then law of assumption for the last year, really heavily. And I can see a lot of stuff like that. That's actually a feedback. And once you start working on those kind of blocks, it really, really fixes a lot of that stuff. Do full moon and new moon affect twin flames? I feel more emotional. I feel more emotional during full moons. Yes and no. If you feel that it's affecting you, then it will. And for those that don't get phased by the whole thing, then it doesn't. Again, everything is you pushed out, right? So everything is your reality. If you feel that this cosmic change is going to change your connection, or you feel that you're more emotional and that kind of stuff, then it's going to play out the same way. So I would do some moon rituals if that helps you. I have a blog on my website regarding moon rituals, so you may want to check that out and see if there's ways. If you feel so connected to the moon, then try doing some moon rituals. I did that in my journey in the beginning phases as well. So I'm not going to say it doesn't work, because again, when you do the rituals, if you feel a shift, then that's going to probably help you. Then by all means try it, right? There's some steps that I tell on how to use the full moon and the new moon cycles, and how to purge and heal. Use it to your advantage, especially if you feel so connected to it. I hope that answers your question. Another thing that it's a false misconception when it comes to whether talking. There's a lot of people that will tell you that if you talk about your twin flame, it's going to harm your connection. Nothing you will do. It's a myth. Nothing you will do is going to ever harm your connection, right? So hi, I really appreciate your gardens. Can the DM also feel our energy? Of course, 100%, 100%, 1000%. They feel your energy just as much as you feel their energy. 100%. It's listen, this journey is not one-sided. It never was, right? Otherwise you wouldn't be twin flame, right? It's what it is. It's never one-sided. This is why I don't like to advise people to talk too much about your twin flames, because you're going to get all these weird feedbacks from people, and people will say you need help, you need restraining order. Your twin flame needs to have a restraining order and all those kind of things, because there's nothing that you will do or say to them that will actually, or them even, in a way, if you think about it, if there's something that your twin flame has done, then you have to ask, well, how is this, what is it teaching me? Because your twin flame is your biggest teacher and you are their teacher, right? So if they're giving you lessons, then I'm pretty sure you are giving them lessons in some way as well, right? It's not, everything's energy, right? It's not like you are getting all the awakening and you are getting all the lessons, and they're getting nothing. It's not like that, right? If you're seeing the signs, they're seeing the signs too. Right? So yeah, I would say that that's the case for everything that you are feeling, they are feeling too. If you are getting dreams regarding your twin flame, then they are also dreaming about you. There's no such thing. It's not like it's only exclusive to you and not exclusive to them. It doesn't make sense, right? There has to be a balance. I mean, the whole universe is all about balance. There's a feminine energy and there's a masculine energy, right? So there had to be that balance, right? Otherwise, you're not gonna, we're not gonna be able to move forward in life. It's just the way it is. So I want to say that your your ability to talk to people, even readers and stuff like that, like if you guys are getting twin flame reading, I don't say that those are bad, because the thing is that you at least understand some of the things that are happening in your relationship with them. Yes, sometimes readings can be hit and miss, where sometimes you'll get a bad reading, and this sometimes you'll have really good reading. It all depends on your own energy, right? But it doesn't harm the relationship aspect. Even talking to people, it doesn't harm that aspect as well. It's just that you may not all the time you're going to get good feedback. You're going to get some feedback that's going to really, really trigger you. So as long as you are okay with that feedback, then that's okay. Don't take it to heart. If there is a feedback that you're getting from people, reflect on it and then figure out how this is like affecting you, right? Like, and why is it triggering you? What is it that you need to work on? Because those are all the things that you could then work on. So that could be another thing that I wanted to point out on the aspect that whatever you do, it does not harm your relationship with your twin flame, right? Any other questions you guys have? Again, I'm answering them as it goes. If there's anything else that you guys want, how about you, Shide? I know you're watching. What is your question? You have one, just say it. You're like so scared to ask. So, another thing that I want to say is, at different time, you're gonna have different kind of evolvement in your journey. It all depends on your consciousness. So be mindful. Maybe even keep a journal if you need be, regarding just what your thoughts are on a day-to-day basis. Keep a log of that. That will really, really help you guys to see where your day-to-day thoughts are going with things. Because I find that that's also helpful, because those will be the ways that you can, just kind of figure out where you are with all your self-concept, your self-love, right? And how you view the journey, how you view your twin flame, that sort of thing. It really, really helps with that aspect. How much can astrology and tarot cards pick on connection, like a twin flame connection? Can the cards show the connection? Yes, they will, because everything is energy. So I always say to people that readers will not be able to authenticate a twin flame connection because they only read energy. I don't care what kind of reader you are. I do the same thing. I only read the energy. Sometimes based on the person's energy field, when you connect or tune with them, what ends up happening is you pick on things, right? You get accurate messages. If you're having a really, really bad day or a bad moment with your twin flame, you get a twin flame reading, boom, everything's going to be negative about that. And then once your focus or your stuff shifts from that perspective, what ends up happening is that you will get an amazing reading. So if you've seen that, or even if you want to test that, you can even check out some of the YouTubers and their readings as well. If you're having a bad moment with your twin flame, or if you have some sort of situation where you're triggered by something and you're watching a reading, every messages will be really bad. Watch that aspect and just compare it. And then there's going to be other time when you're going to be so happy and you're going to be happy with your situation. You're going to appreciate your journey. You're going to appreciate your twin flame. And then you watch a reading, it's going to be amazing. So that's just the way it works. And that's a very, very good example of giving you guys the difference between just where your states are. So that's what they pick up on. I would say do a 72-hour twin flame test. I always say that as a teacher. I'm the only teacher that gives a very accurate reading on the Ascended Masters, because you really need to know who your Ascended Masters is that's guiding your twin flame journey. I have blogs. I have talked about it on my YouTube. You want to set the intention out to your Ascended Masters. And then what you need is within 3 days, you guys are asking with a specific sign or 3 signs of your choosing that needs to be shown to you. So if you've chosen 3 signs, then the 3 signs have to appear in the next 3 days. There has to be no break. And it'll appear like that to confirm that you have a twin flame connection with this particular individual. Or you could choose 1 sign and ask it to be shown to you 3 times for the next few days, right? There has to be no break to that. And sometimes you get a bonus sign, and bonus signs are bonus, but you will get that sign, and that's a confirmation. A lot of people do those tests, and what ends up happening is if it's not a twin flame connection, then they don't get the sign, right? Or they'll get 1 sign. So I have lots of videos on YouTube and my articles. Do look at that, because that's going to really, really define your connection. It's really important to even know that you're dealing with a twin flame. Otherwise, you're going to get a restraining order. I'm just saying, because your twin flame gets you, not others. So make sure that you guys are actually really mindful when it comes to who you're dealing with. Trust me. Is it true that it is all about energy? Everything is energy. This whole universe is energy, right? Everything is moving. Even the pen that I'm writing with, it has energy. Everything, the frequency that I'm actually filming in this, right now, sitting in my, my office space here slash studio, spiritual room, everything. I mean, I'm look at this. Think about it this way. I'm here live, right, streaming, and through energy, this is actually going worldwide. Like, I have people from United Kingdom that's here, right, from England, and I am in Canada right now. There's so many of you that are from US, right, and other parts of the world, probably India too. So many things, right? Thank you. Yeah, there's so many. Yeah, Ireland, there you go. See, that's what I mean. Like, there's just so many people are here, and what is that? That's frequency. And what is frequency? It's energy. Everything is energy. So this is something that you guys need to be really, really mindful of, and this is why we talk about making sure that your energy is really, really on a high vibration. You will never be able to manifest a single thing, not even a single feather, if your energy is not emitting in a high vibration. So put that to test. And I always say, do the twin flame test. Reason why being because there's going to be many, many times when you guys will be actually needing other types of validation, be it a healing session or booking something, coaching or something like that with somebody, or any part of your time that you would be looking for guidance. You can always ask for that sign. By the way, for those that are my regular viewers, I've talked about purple pickup truck. It took me a very, very long time to see that sign. That was associated with some questions that I had regarding my twin flame and my journey. And I looked for it for a year and a half. I traveled all over the world and I didn't see a purple pickup truck. You guys know, because even if you look at my YouTube community tab, you can see I posted a picture of my purple pickup truck. How about this, guys? This is the magic that we live in. I started seeing a purple pickup truck literally almost every week. I didn't see it for a year and a half, even though I set that intention. I know that now it's going to drive some of you crazy, because guess what? You're going to be like, okay, I need to see one too. Put it out there. Put that intention out there that you want to see a purple pickup truck. I'm not talking about just like make-believe purple. I'm talking about different shades. I've seen it in lilac shade. I've seen it in heavier purple. I've seen it in like a deeper purple, right? Like, and of course I have a picture in my YouTube community tab, so you can have a look at it. I've seen that shade now, and yeah, I'm seeing it now on a weekly basis or every 2 weeks. In fact, my cousin was here last month, and that's why I was on holidays. She was visiting me from California, and because she was with me, I ended up seeing it, and I showed it to her. I'm like, look, it wasn't a full-on purple, but it still had lots of purple in there. She's never seen it in her entire life, and she got to see it with me. And then I was showing her everywhere, taking her around, even went to Seattle too. So when I went to Victoria, that's the capital of British Columbia, I showed her that. And I noticed that there was a purple pickup truck that I saw as well. And yeah, she wasn't looking, but I said, hey, I just saw one. So I have been seeing it like crazy. So it is what it is. Okay, so I tried with one sign. I asked for a peacock, and a real one flew to my house after 2 days. Yeah, it will happen. And that's what it is. It's really, really important to actually make sure that you guys really, really pay attention to the signs and things. It is all feedback. At the end of the day, it is really just feedbacks, right? It's based on your own consciousness. So yeah. What else? You guys talked about readers and just the energy. You know that you guys need to do the twin flame test, right? If you don't know who your ascended masters is, I mean, I do a very accurate reading on it, but if you guys don't want to book a reading or don't want a reading in that sense, you can also tune in and get them to present themselves to you. Is going to be either a twin flame couple, like for example Lord Shiva or Shakti, that's a twin flame couple, or Jesus and Mary Magdalene, that's a twin flame couple. Just giving a couple examples like that. It could be a twin flame couple like that, or Master Saint Germain and Lady Porta, right? It could be like that. Archangel Michael and Lady Faith, right? Those are all twin flames. They could be your ascended masters. And I just want to say that your ascended masters would have they've been around in your journey for all your life. And maybe and it's going to be very different from your religious upbringing, because a lot of times what ends up happening is they don't necessarily have to be someone that is part of your religion, right? It could be something completely out of the norm. So uh, look at that aspect as well, and try to make sure that you guys are aware of who your ascended masters is. Your ascended masters is somebody that is you signed a twin flame contract with that particular twin flame pair or ascended masters uh, in the beginning of your soul origin, regarding you and your twin flame and the journey. And you can get a spiritual guidance from them. They will actually be there to assist you. It doesn't replace your religion, beliefs and ideologies, but it actually is a helping hand, right, in your journey. So yeah, with that, any other questions that you guys have? Oh, yeah, Greece. See, I'm so happy that a lot of you are tuning in from, from everywhere. Am I married? I'm gonna be very soon. How about that? With my twin flame. That's where it's going. I'm not interested in anything else. That's what I'm manifesting, and that's what I've got. So I'm a twin flame teacher. It's all about my twin flame in my life. I have lots of guys that are interested, right? Locally, everywhere. And a lot of them actually even remind me of my twin flame. So those are all birds before landing, which means that that's just what is out there. So it's my truth and it's my reality, and that's what I go by. With that, this was Twin Flame Union, helping you guys, with another topic should we discuss about our twin flames. I'm gonna let you guys go. It's been 47 minutes into this, and I will bring out another live. I'll try to do it sometime this month. If I have time, I'll try to do another topic. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Take care and stay blessed.